So there's 3 plates. As long as they have 3 plates, you can get the proper like pull when it closes. Right now I have the appropriate size. This is 3 millimeter. We have the 2.25 millimeters, which is the appropriate size for dogs. But since it's such a sharp like feeling, we don't want to just because then too much pressure or like so the surprise will create like potty, like excited pee, or like the dog will just start peeing. So we're using the bigger ones just so it's more duller for the dogs, but they're still feeling the closing and like the pressure of the prongs. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be using the D-ring because this is the one that closes the collar. The O-ring or the circle kind of just like we'll just pull it. So for the D-ring, that is the one that does the most pressure. So for this exercise, Stella already has a concept of it, so you can go ahead. Oh, for the putting the prong on, we like to take the prong, one of the links right here. When we're taking it apart, all we have to do is just like pinch these tips. So like pinch these tips, and then they should come undone. I think this is a newer one. Yeah, so if that's not working, you can go ahead and just do it from the links itself. So it'd be like this. It's already pulled up, and then just pinch it, and it comes apart. And then same thing when putting it back on. I'll just go like in an angle first, and then flip like that. So you can go ahead and take your prong and pinch. Say it again? Where what? Did you want to just in the kitchen? Yeah. All right. This one right here. So go ahead and take it apart. And then when we're putting it on the dog, we want the D-ring to be on top like this. So if this is the dog's neck, we want it like this. And as high as you can put it right behind the ears. Mm-hmm. Does that need more links?
It might. I don't know how tight it's supposed to be. Yeah, it definitely does.
Up here. Actually, it's Prong Collar right there. So I need you.
Do you always want to keep it an even number?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, give it 2. I'll put mine on too. Perfect. Azula. So in this video, we'll be doing the pressure work using the place command. So when we're applying pressure, we're teaching the dog that once they get into pressure and they go to wherever the pressure is, where they're feeling it, it'll be released, and they also get a reward, so like a treat, food or praise. So for Azula here, we're going to be using food. Stella here has already done this exercise. It would just be an interesting video for you to see how, like, you know, if Stella's doing good, but then if Azula's doing good and responding well, but Stella's not, you can get to see how to fix it if she's struggling. And it's also the experience of me teaching someone else to do it. That'd be similar to you.
Should I take this lead off?
Yeah. So I have the prong on Azula. It's fitted like this. The slip is on. I don't have the leash on the prong yet because I want to get that on video before I put it on. Right, Azula. You're so funny. So we'll go ahead and step behind the placemat, facing the camera. And then just try to hold Stella. So what we're going to do here is no words, just pressure, kind of like the e-collar stuff. But
is this for, are we doing plays?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So when they feel the pressure towards the placemat, once they get into it, the pressure will release, and then once they go on right away,
Yeah.
reward.
Okay.
So I'll go first, and then you can just watch. Pressure. Pressure. Go for it. And then release. And then. Good. So all the screaming was because it's a new feeling and the new pressure, but I kept my tension on the leash, guiding her there. And then once she caved in, she kind of overreacted and overshot it to the right, but I kept pulling her towards the placemat. And once she went on the placemat, pressure stopped, and then she's getting food, and she's eating it too. Grab it. And we'll repeat it again.
Okay.
Break.
Break.
So guiding her. There's some resistance. Good. Go for it. Yeah. Shh.
Good.
And we'll repeat it again. Break. And then you can also reward for break, just to get into just changing up.
Yeah.
her settle for a bit. Pressure on, pressure off. Good. Go for it.
You said that Stella has done this before?
Stella has, yes.
Yeah,
So it's kind
why
of,
she's like so
it's pretty easy. Break. Good girl. And then again.
break.
Good.
Good.
And we're not going to be using words right now because we want them to recognize that once they feel pressure, they just go. And instead of Stella's still resisting, and she's also overshooting and yelping and everything. So
How
once
come we use a word for break immediately? Is that just because it's already like known or something, or
we can just start that because then they can come off.
is that because it's like universal, like you do with other stuff too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like with the heel, break, when they're done, and then recall, when they come, break, they're done. So break.
Break.
A few more times. So here, let her settle. Good. Pressure. And good. You see how easier that is? So here, pressure again. Pressure. Good. Carry on. You see how she's like, kind of like, oh, that's it? Good. And then we'll do this 5 more times. So just keep going.
Okay.
So break and then place.
Break.
And then for Stella, you can start rotating around. Yeah. Okay. So leash pressure. Good. Girl. Break. Good. Pressure. Pressure. Good. Pressure. Good. Pressure. Break. Good. Pressure. Break. Good. Good. Wrinkles. It's just there.
That's all he does.
So the reason why we are rotating around the placemat is just so that right here she's doing easy, right? But then when I went on the other side, she had more difficulty, even though it's the same exercise we've been doing. It's just because it's a different image she's seeing versus from here she's seeing this same image, we're repeating it. But then over here, it looks different and she gets confused. So that's why we're also not standing over here, sending her. We're starting baby steps, working around the placemat, and having her just understand what pressure means. Azula, break.
How old is
Not 6 months.
Okay.
So now we can start increasing our distance. So pressure's on. Okay, good. Break. Break. So pressure. Good. So it's more like just giving into the pressure when they feel it, instead of resisting and panicking and freaking out and not knowing what to do. This is a good exercise because we're telling them where to go, how it turns off, and everything like that. And then when they overshoot it and they hit the end, that's like them doing it to themselves. So then, if you were, I know you're not watching Stella, but when she came here, she was kind of careful when she was stepping because she didn't want to hit the end of the leash.
Yeah.
She's starting to become more aware of it, which is good. Good girl. Yeah. Oh, I mean Azula. I said Azula. I said Stella. Okay, so that was just the send off. We'll keep repeating this until like pressure becomes just like a guidance for them instead of something like they'll overreact to or freak out. And this is all normal stuff, especially for puppies. So that's just a send off, and just teach them to turn pressure on and off. For the duration work of like staying here, go ahead and hold your leash kind of like this, good, and then no tension. And then just go ahead and do a little walk around. Good. And once you complete your circle, reward. As long as she stays on. Good. Good. And then break and do a send off. So break. Good girl.
Break. Easy.
And do a send off whenever you're ready. You go first. And then you can start increasing your pace again. Right there's good. And then for Stella, Azula. Pressure. Good. Much more easy. Good girl. And we'll do a little walk around. If she hops off, you pause, pressure again, and then release the pressure. Good. And then when you complete your circle, reward. Good. So if Stella or Azula were to hop off the placemat when you're working on duration, so you're walking around, she hops off, you pause, and then bring her back here. When you're bringing her back, pressure is going to go on. So pressure on, and then once she goes back on the placemat, you can release the tension of guiding her.
If you're doing the circle and they jump off, and then you do the pressure thing and put it back on, do you like start a new circle, or are you just continuing that circle?
So if they hop off, do another circle, and then reward.
Okay. So always do a full circle.
Yeah, always, if you get a complete circle, reward.
Okay.
And then since we're still repeating one circle, we can start making like 2 circles, or like we can go the other way to change up like, what they're seeing, to see if they'll break it. And you can pause, you can walk again, you can pause, make it random, because if you break them, for example, if you break them every 5 seconds, when you put them in place, every 5 seconds they'll guess it, you know? And then you can reward after a while. Good. Break.
Break.
Good. And then the send off. Pressure. Good. So now that we're seeing some consistency, we can start applying the word to it, which is place. So go ahead and break. Break. Good. I want to reward this just because she felt pressure right there.
So you were rewarding because she responded to the pressure?
Yes. So whenever you're ready, cue the word.
And then pressure?
So cueing the word place. If she's not going there, then the leash.
Okay. You may just do it. Place.
Place. Pressure. then break. Because now we're just going to focus on the word place. Good. Place, pressure.
Place.
Break. And we'll do this like 4 more times.
Break.
Place.
Place.
Break. Break. Break.
Break. Place.
Place. Pressure. Break.
Break. Place.
Place. I think it's 2 more times or 1 more time, right? Break.
Break. Place.
Place. Pressure.
Break. Place. When you're doing that, do you want to like keep training it until they get the word, or just keep training it until there's consistency, and then wait till another training session if it's been too long or something?
Yeah, so we'll keep repeating this. It's just repetitions.
Yeah.
What else is there? That's pretty much it for like the place command using prong and food. So for the place command, it's just teaching them pressure on, pressure off, the concept, and just that when they feel it, to go towards the pressure. Because 1, pressure will go off, 2, they'll get a reward, and that being affection or food. And then when, yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you have any questions or anything?
No. But when you're, I kind of forgot this. When you're doing it with other places, you should do like a couple reps of like practice if you're like creating a new place, basically.
Yeah, so if you want to practice the prong and place command, you can use anything. So it could be like a yoga mat, a towel, a couch, a chair, as long as there's like an visual to where the dog can hop on, hop off.
Yeah.
But you're gonna want to, so let's say we did practice this, and then eventually we're over here, place, she shoots there perfectly.
Yeah.
Although she's doing good here and with this item and with us, when they go home, they're gonna want to take a few steps backwards and start baby steps and teaching them like, hey, like.
Because it's a new environment and a new place.
Yeah, a new environment, a new place, place item, and just a new handler teaching this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
But since, like, once they know it, like, good with the spot already, then I imagine it'll be easier when you're teaching them newer spots, because they kind of have an idea, and you just gotta get them used to the...
Yeah, the more you expose them, the more they're, like, aware, like, oh, it's just another place command
Yeah.
over here, you know? The more objects you share or show them, the more they'll learn to, like, place means go here, go here, go here, you know? Place just means go here, that's what it means. But for here, place means go to this placemat, you know? There's something else. There's something else that you said. What did you say before that?
Just if you're teaching them in a new place, you have to do a couple practice reps.
All right, well that's it. Oh, so this is just getting them ready for e-collar.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because e-collar is a pretty big jump from this, I think, you know? So if we start baby steps with the pressure work, then it's like, oh, this is similar, so I'm just gonna, you know?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be doing this whole week, so plates, like the leash skills with walking, and just like all the other commands.
Is it easier to go from prong to e-collar than it is just to have like an older dog go right the e-collar?
Yes, if they haven't gone a prong. So if they're a puppy, teaching them pressure, like taking the baby steps, would be more, would work better versus just putting an e-collar on, because they're gonna like, I think we had like a puppy named Bachi, and we just did e-collar work right away, and there's just a ton of vocalization, like a ton. So like you can do e-collar, but you're gonna have to pair with a lot of food, and it's just different for puppies. So if it was an adult dog, prong collar, then e-collar would work. But then since they understand pressure and they're like older and mature, you can just do e-collar, yeah.
Do some dogs just respond better to like a prong collar? Or is that just like based on the owner?
If anything, dogs respond less to prong collars, because like Roddy over there, I'm pretty sure prong would have only had such a limit on like getting a response from him, you know? Versus e-collar, you have, because like prong can only do so many things with power and pressure work. So once she's like full-grown Doberman, prong is going to be nothing to her, because we're practicing this, versus e-collar can overpass the level of what prong can do to the dogs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is just take repetitions and everything, descending them.
Okay.
But you saw how like in the beginning she was like freaking out, and she overshot it, she hit it, and then it was like she was correcting herself, and then she figured out to sit in the sweet spot. And then she's still a little bit resisting, but she's like going there with just a little bit of pressure, which is good.
Yeah.
Right. Break. Break. Little Azula. Dude, your ears are so funny. Hi, it's Enrique with Canine Perspective. Today we have our two board and trained puppies, Azula and Stella. And in this video we're going to be going over an introduction to prong collar. So just like almost like kind of like leash walking, the prong collar way. So the basic like concept of it is like the pressure off, pressure on method. Pressure on when the dog is not complying, pressure off once the dog complies. So for example, if I wanted the dog to sit and I had the prong collar, I'd pull up, pressure on. Once the dog puts the butt down, pressure off. We're not going to be doing any leash popping, yanking, or cranking right now. One, we have puppies, so that could cause nervous piddling. Two, that's the old school way. It's more defined now. So like most of what you'll see is the puppies doing it themselves, like the correcting. It's not going to be us yanking or cranking. It's just the puppy who's going to hit the end of the leash, and they'll feel like, oh, okay, I need to pay attention. We also have the 2.25 millimeter prong collars on them. We changed it from the 3 millimeter for like just to ease them into like the sharper pressure. So what we're going to be doing is right now we both have our leashes clipped to the flat buckle, and we're going to switch to prong. And what you'll see, we'll do one at a time. We'll do Stella first, walking back and forth, and then the reason why we have both puppies here is in case you see something different from the other puppy, just so you know how to handle certain things when they come up. So I'll go first. I'm going to go ahead and clip my leash to the prong, and then we'll have Stella go after me, and then I'll just walk you through the process of it. So you can go ahead and just stand there if you want, just the space or whatever. And then we're using the D ring as well. And we also have the prong collar right here, and it's a good fit. It's not loose, it's not swinging or anything. And we'll also be pairing food. So once the puppy gives into the pressure, there will be food. So I'm just gonna go ahead and walk. Good. I'm gonna turn. Good. Good. And then food. Good. Good. And then you can try to reward while you're walking. Good. Good. Good girl. And then for the pressure on when we need them to sit. And if they're struggling, we use our hand to put their butt down. And then pressure off. So pressure on, pressure off, and then reward. Good girl. Good. I'll do a few more laps and then we'll rotate. Good. 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 Good girl. So she's not taking food right now, which is normal, just because we're applying so much discipline and the corrections with the prong. Again, I'm not doing any yanking. It's just walking back and forth, keeping my arms relaxed, giving this much slack so that she can do the pulling. Because if we have it right here, it's just going to be too many corrections too soon. Because they're also puppies, and then this is also new to them. Any questions or anything?
Yeah, and she goes straight, I'll turn, well, with the prong, and then when she turns, I will hear them.
Yeah, so we walk, and then if she passes, just go ahead and turn. Or like, if she's doing good, you can still turn, and she's probably still gonna keep going. And then as you're just walking back, she's gonna feel it, and then she's just gonna give into it. And then once she gives into it and follows you, it'll be gone. Do you wanna check? I can take Stella. Got it. Okay. So yeah, want to go for it? Wait, bring her to the camera first and then switch it, yeah. So right here, she's resisting. I'm trying to pull her this way, so pressure's on. Pressure's on. Good. Good. Good girl. Okay. Say it again?
If she goes with me without like me trying to pull her,
Then you're fine, yeah.
do I give her the food still?
Yes. Good. Good. And up. Yeah, good. So if we were in handling mode, so meaning if we were like out on this outside in the city walking, we wouldn't give them this much slack on the leash just because anything can happen in that like that short time and that with this amount of space, especially in the city. So when we go into handling mode, that's when we shorten. So there we go. There's pressure on and pressure off when she turned, and then Corey rewards. So that since we're in a training session, we give the slack so that the dogs can make the mistakes and we can address them. If we were in handling mode, we wouldn't want that much slack in case something sudden were to happen. So like if you're walking down the street, going around a corner and a dog comes out of nowhere, you wouldn't want your dog to have that much slack. You would want a close, less leash to control like pull up on your dog to de-escalate or just to pull them away quicker. So it's just a quicker response time. Good, so Corey, keep doing that, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and bring Azula, and we'll be walking, I'll walk on the left side, he'll stay on the right side. Good. So Azula's not taking the food. Good. Good girl. Good girl. So I'll just do some affection for her. Good. Good girl. Good. And the owl sit. So pulling up, pushing butt down the butt. Good. 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 We'll do a little impulse control with Corey walking with Stella and Azula having to sit in this position. If Azula were to get up from this position, I'd address it, pulling up on the leash, and then putting pressure on the butt if she needs the help. Good girl. Okay, she's taking the food. Good. And go ahead and put Stella into the stationary position, and I'll walk around Azula. Good. So when she's passing, I'll turn. Good. 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 She took the food at that time, which is good. Pressure. Good. 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 So that was a quicker response on Azula's part, which is good. And I'm not doing anything with my arm except just keeping my movement. Good. Good. Here, pull up. Okay, pull up again. Go Azula. So now, since they're understanding the pressure on, pressure off concept, what we can add is now like the stay command. Or was that in another video? We'll just keep it the leash walking. So let's go ahead and just do more walking. So here, good. Good. So when we're going from stationary to movement, so like from the auto sits, we can start adding the word heel, Corey. Yeah. Since they're understanding the concept. So if we bring them both to stationary, which means, or just the auto sit, so when we pull up and push down, they sit. Good. We can start using the word heel. So heel, left leg, and forward. Good. Good. Good.
Heel.
Heel. Good girl. Heel. Good. Heel. Good. We'll do like 3 more laps. Heel. And as we keep practicing this, it becomes more easier and simpler for us and the dog. Stella's already got a pretty good concept of pressure and pressure off. Azula still needs a little bit more work, which is fine. But we'll cap it here for now. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. There was one time where Azula starts to, so when I come to a stop, Azula starts to turn, which is normal. We'll address it later, but it's just Azula expecting me to do a turn when I come to a stop, going this way. But yeah, we're not expecting anything fancy right now, just them understanding the concept of pressure on, pressure off with prong collar. So yeah, that's it. Hi, it's Enrique with Canine Perspective, and we're back with our 2 board and trains, Stella and Azula. In this video, we're going to be teaching them the down with food only, and then depending on how it goes and the pace of the dogs, we'll be adding prong too, but nothing too forceful or not too much pressure. But we're just getting ready them to get used to going down. So it's just like building up like food down, prong down, and then e-collar down. But yeah, so when we're teaching down with food, so I'll stand right here so you can watch, and then I'll show the camera. Yeah, Stella or Azula. Okay, good. So when we're teaching down, we like to start from the sitting position, and we go in an angle, like up and down in an angle. So, okay. So when we're sitting, we push down in an angle, and then they should fold down. So I'll bring her over here so the camera can see her folding. I'm pushing down, and then good. Good girl. So if she keeps getting up, I'll just hold the leash here. So again. Come on, Azula. Okay. So I just like stopped her from backing up. So again, break. Good. Good. Okay, come here. Okay. Good. Yes, good girl.
How come you're not doing the thing where I've seen where you put the foot on the leash and like make them lower?
So when you so for e-collar training, we do that. Our setup is different. So we don't have any type of pressure collar pulling them down. Because if we're using prong collar and e-collar and it's all pulling them down, it's pressure overload. So then the dog will start to overreact and it'll just be a big mess. So then we do flat collar only. So it's just pulling them down without any consequences. It's just tension, and then e-collar, and then like pushing down the shoulders or stepping on the leash.
Okay.
But with these puppies, we don't want any tension. We just want the food luring part of it. Good. Break. What was that? So I'm going to clip to the flat because I'm going to use the leash to eliminate her from moving backwards. And I want the prong to hit her, so. That's it. Good. Let's see this. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Break. Okay. We'll do 2 more times, see how she's. Oh, there we go. Okay. Good. Yes. Good girl. Good. One more time. Break it. Okay. Good. I'll do it a few more times. Let's see. Break it. Good. Yeah. Good girl. So she can see she's trying to get it now. So let's go ahead and try Stella. Any questions? So it's like you hold the food. So go ahead and take a kibble out. And I like to hold it like this so that when they're gnawing, it's just hitting like your fingers. Because if you hold it like this, then it's like, you know, biting your fingers. So like kind of like that. So then it's like this. Just somewhere like between the fingers. So.
Yeah. What do you want me to try right now?
1 second. Let me do one more time. Okay. Yes, good girl. Hello. It's still warm, it just that screen came up. Okay, Elias, can you step on this? I'll be right back. All right, I see system fault 14 ignition and lockout. What did you want me to press? Okay, I see system malfunction. All right, I'm gonna click done. All right, I'm gonna turn it off. They've been fine. No coughing, nothing. They're just chilling. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Bye. Hey, the heater's not working now, so go ahead and bring the space heater. You can just leave it outside, and I'll put it in the middle room, but in the boarding room. But yeah. Okay, it is. All right, I'll see. All right, I'll see you. What? Yeah, he called me right now. We're gonna put all the dogs in the middle room and then have the space heater on like the old time, like the way we used to do it. No, he needs to leave it off. Yeah. All right, I'll see you. All right. So go ahead and give it a try. And then try to have her facing the camera so they can see. Good. And push down. Good. And then after she's done eating that, give another kibble. And then break, and then do 4 more.
Okay. Break. Do I need her to stand all the way up or just into sit?
That's fine. You can do the down right there.
Okay.
Push more. There we go. There you go.
Good.
3 more. Good. That's good. Is she standing up?
She's like in the middle.
Okay, let's try again.
Good.
Good. Yeah, there we go. Do one more.
Break.
Good. So since she's starting to get the hang of it, I'll show how we use adding pressure to it now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to be very light. Okay, so. And we're just going to pair it. So like prong is going down. Sorry?
So it's just the same thing, but we're pulling down on the prong?
Yeah. 1 second. I gotta see. Okay. Good. Good. There we go. Do you see that? Go ahead and give it a try. It's the same thing, but you're also going to be pulling the leash down.
Okay.
Come on, Azula. Good. There we go. 4 more times, or did you get it once already? I'll do 4.
Once.
All right, we'll do 4 more times.
Break.
Good.
okay that she's getting up before I say break?
Yeah, so we're just working on getting them into the position. We can start doing duration work once you get comfortable with it.
Okay. So
But we're not going to say, we're not saying any words. We're not correcting if they get up or anything, because it's just getting them used to just downing with the lure and then lure with pressure.
Okay.
Good. So 2 more times. Azula. Good. Go in more of an angle because you're kind of going straight down, so it's kind of like, I'll show you. So it's kind of like this, and then in an angle like that. So they fold.
Okay.
Break. Forward, forward, forward. Good. Do 2 more of those. Good. Good. So now that they're understanding the kind of going down with leash, I'll do my 4 real quick for the camera. Okay. So here's a lure and prong. Good. Break. Lure, prong, good. Break. Lure, prong. So do more food. Prong, good. So as long as she feels some sort of pressure throughout it, because there she kind of froze up, but I still applied prong pressure during it, so here. Prong, good. Break. Good. Prong. 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 Good. Good. Break. So you can see, you heard she's still feeling it, but she went down. Prong, prong. Good. Oh, she took it. Prong, good. But you see how like too much pressure can cause that stuff? It's usually like we'll work through it with like the adult dogs, but with the puppies, we're taking our time. So that's the down. And then for sit, we can use prong. For the sit, we can fix our prong collar to go back up here. Oh wait, did I tell you to ever put the prong collar down?
It was like on the side.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So for the sit, we put it up. For down, we would put the link, the D-ring pointing down, so there's pressure down. So for the sit, good. Or we'll save that for another video. Once we start seeing some consistency with them going down, we can start to use the word. So I kind of see it in Azula and obviously Stella. So we can start pairing the words. So it'll be like, yeah. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. So for a few more rests for Azula, but since Stella's already there, we can show the camera how we would apply it down. So it'd be the lure to the set, and then down, pushing them down, and then once they go down, obviously it'd be release the food. Does that make sense? Break, and I'll go correct that guy.
So if I'm cueing the word, doing the lure with the food and like with the pressure too?
Yes.
Okay. Down.
Good, yeah.
Break.
And then Azula will get to the stage. She needs a little bit more work. Just the conditioning part of the training.
Okay. Down.
Good.
Good job.
So 3 more.
Break. Down. Good. Down. Break.
2 more.
Down. Good.
1 more. Good.
Down. Good. Good job. Break.
All right. All good. So we started again with just the food, getting the shaping down, and then adding pressure just so they're starting to get used to pressure, and then lure, and then once we see consistency with that, then we can apply the word down, treat, or down, lure, treat. For the duration, we don't worry about it now, because that can be corrected later down the line. But if they go down, and like let's say, so go ahead and do the down. Good.
Down.
Good. So she gets it, and then reward immediately after this reward. Good. And then after this reward, wait a little bit. 1, 2, 3, reward. Good. And wait a minute. Reward. So you see how the duration would work? It's like little by little. Obviously you wouldn't want it to be every 5 seconds, because then every 5 seconds Stella would get up. Good. Wait a little bit. Reward. Good. Good. I'll do Azula real quick for that.
Break.
Cable. Good. Down. Good girl.
I turn off that heat vacuum.
The space heater?
Yeah.
All right. In the middle room?
Yeah.
Good. Down. Good girl. So here. Good. Reward. Any questions or anything?
No, I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. You just take it step by step.
Yeah.
And then whenever the dog's ready, you move on.
And then if you notice that you're struggling with the down for some reason, or any training thing, or any training, like if you're training anything, just take a step back to like, okay, what did we do before this? And then repeat that, and then you might see some improvement. Also, for the training sessions, we'll do like an overview in the beginning of everything, and then we'll teach something new at the end. So like our training sessions are like 20 minutes, like throughout the day, or depending on meals or whoever's handling, our trainers, whatever trainers are here today, that day. So it'd be like you're training and then you notice something's wrong, like her sits need work. You would just focus on sits only. Because like, let's say you focus on the sits and then you go back to like the overview, then there's too much the dog's learning or going over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, and plus they will retain it. So like if you spent a whole training session just drilling down, the dog will learn the down better than if you did down and sit, down and, you know what I mean? Or just like adding more things that the dog is already good at. So then like the whole training starts to get confusing because the dog is like, you know, I don't know what the down means, but like if we're doing this, I know this, you know what I mean? So focusing on one subject works well with the dogs.
And when you're having difficulties, like a little bit how you had with her starting out, do you just, like at that point, do you just keep trying to do it just until they get it? Or would you switch to like something, like a different type of?
I just think like what is going wrong. For her, it was she kept standing up and going back, because she's good with like the break. She's good with like the down and motion like that. So she'll, okay. So she's good with this. You see that?
Yeah.
Like how quick she got it. But I just look at what's going wrong, and then I'll like try to help her. So I put my hand there to like so she can't get up, and I try to assist her with my hands. And after I kept repeating that, she realized, oh, I only get the food when I'm all fours are down. And then you saw that one time where she just went down. And there's nothing. I didn't use any force. I just used pressure to help her. Down. Down. But when she feels pressure like this, she starts to get all like, yeah, down. Good. So here, good girl. Good. Down. And then she'll lose interest in the food. So that's why earlier Jesse was like, we'll try the sausage. But I wanted to see, because I've never had the issue with, I'll have the issue once in a while with her losing the food, but she'll take it. It's just that she won't do the lure anymore. See, she's just like, what? But if I give it to her, she'll take it. So then that's when we'll try the sausage. But yeah, anything else?
No.
So it's just repetition for this.
So when you're doing the e-collar stuff with adult dogs, that's when you're going to like the pressure and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, it's Enrique with Canine Perspective. Today we have Stella and Azula, and in this video we're going to be going over the stay command. So we've already gone over the leash walking skills. So I'm going to go ahead and review that with Azula, and then Elias, you can just watch and everything. Yeah. So if I walk, I have a slack leash. Good girl. Good. Good. And there's no tension on the leash. She's just doing all this by herself because she knows the prong. So here, get a little pressure. Good. So for the stay command, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
So for the stay, it's similar to the e-collar and everything. It's just, there's just no remote. So it's just the same thing. So it's stay, pivot out with the right foot, pull up, pull up. Good. 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 Could you fix Smokey? Good. Good. Heel. Good girl. Good. So again, wave the left hand, stay, pivot out with the right foot. Have your leash ready, assuming she's going to break it. She doesn't break it, I reward. Oh, okay, she's got it. Good. So again, pull up. Good. See the screaming kind of stop. Yeah. So then again, good. Good. And I can do a little walk around. Keep the pressure. Good. Good girl. Good. And then when you're ready, heel, left leg. And then if you say heel, and like she doesn't follow, just keep walking. That little leash will bring her to you.
Okay.
Any questions?
We're not just walking, we're heel, we're doing heel?
Yes.
Okay.
We did that yesterday. Heel, left leg, so that they can differentiate when to break, or like we know when to, for the stay command, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do it one more time. Stay. Good. 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 Heel. And go ahead and give Stella a try. Good.
Stay.
Good job. Good. So when they break it, you did it correctly. Stop, pull up, and then keep going. Because if you keep moving, they're gonna think heel, or it's just gonna, you're making it simple for them,
Heel. Stay.
Good. Rewarding, giving affection, stopping, going, stop, go the other way are some of the moments where dogs will break the stay. So good, good, good. So pressure on to put it back, pressure off once they've complied. Good. So as long as they, walk with us, sit when they sit, or just do anything, as long with the pressure will turn off, and they quickly recognize that. Good. So go into a heel.
Heel.
Good.
And do it again.
Good. And slow down to a stop. Good.
Stay.
Good job. Go into a heel again.
Heel. Do you want me to do it again?
And then turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Stay.
Pull up. Good. Do one more circle, and then I'll do one last batch with Azula.
Okay. Like one more stay command, or was that it?
Oh, that was the circle, yeah.
Okay. Frank?
Any questions or anything?
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Shh. Heel. Good. Stay. So she retained it pretty well, right? Good girl. Heel. Good. Good. I'm gonna start rewarding her for the auto sits just because she's kind of struggling, just with the pressure, you know. Good. Stay. Good. So we'll do a few more reps, but it's gonna be, you can kennel her up.
In her boarding room or in this one?
Potty her one more time and then kennel her up.
Okay. How is she going in the boarding room?
I should just put her in the playpen real quick, because we'll finish the rest of her food for training, and then we'll board her or kennel her. Good girl. Good. Yeah. Good. Break.
Hi, I'm just with Camp Perspective, and we're here with Azula, who's a 4-week board and train. We're going to start her recall with Prong Collar, very similar to the way we do e-collar. We're going to start by applying some prong pressure on her neck, and then directing her towards me. And the moment she comes towards me, or comes to me, I'm going to reward her with food. I'm going to take here, middle. There we go. So here, she's starting to move away, and I'm going to counter her with some prong pressure. All right. The moment we see her coming towards me, we're going to move backwards and give her a target using my hand with food. So prong pressure on, drop, yes. Good girl. Break it. We're going to repeat that a few times. So I'm giving very subtle prong pressure, directing her towards me. And again, pressure on, pressure, 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 pressure. Yes. Come on. Yeah. The girl. Yes. Yeah, the girl. Yes, yes, yes. Break. Come on. Good. So the moment I see Azula, would you get the leash from her leg there, Corey? The leash from her leg. The moment I see Azula moving towards me, I want to relinquish that pressure. Pressure on, pressure on, pressure on, pressure on, pressure on, pressure on. Yes! Good girl. Come on. Yes! Good. Yeah. Go, 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 good. And by releasing that prong pressure, I'm letting her know that what she just did is what I'm wanting, because I'm taking away that negative, but I'm giving her a target by putting my hand down. Yes. Good girl. Yeah. Look at that. Go, go, go. Releasing that pressure and moving backwards. The backwards motion is to give her something to attach to. Typically when people call their dogs, they're moving, they're standing still, they're not moving, so the dog kind of looks at them, they get their attention, but they don't really care. And I want to be moving backwards. Yes. Good girl, come on. Moving backwards to draw her to me. And the quicker I move, the more I get from her. So you can see how she's kind of running towards me, and I'm putting some energy behind it, and I'm dropping that right hand down at my side. So I'm wanting her to have a target. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Yes. Atta girl. Good girl. Yeah. Go get it. Go get it. What's this? Good girl. Good. Good. Right. And we're wanting that energy. You know, I'm wanting her to be running towards me. And we want it to be quick. Because if it's a slow return, right now she's assuming, not yet. if there's a slow return, if I call her from, like, let's say a squirrel, and as she's returning and it's slow, she's gonna think about, like, what about that squirrel though? She's gonna be inclined to run back to it. But when she's running really fast towards me, less likely that we're gonna see her think about the distraction. So we wanna have that speed. And the target, pressure, 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 pressure. Yes, good girl. Yeah, good. That target is so, good girl. That target is so as she gets bigger, she doesn't go bounding into her owner. So we're favoring a side. I'm actually gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do the left side. So pressure, pressure, yes. Good girl. Yeah, and you can see she's a little confused because I switched up the side on her just because I'm right-handed. But we want her to target that left side because we can blend that into the heel. Do a couple more. Good. And pressure, pressure, yes. Yeah. Good. So you can see how she's kind of angling this way because she's anticipating it from my right hand. So I got to undo that a little bit. I'm going to move that leash. Good. 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 Wait a moment. Pull. No, I didn't pull her yet. Good. So now she's starting to assume, and we don't want to reward her for assuming. We want to make sure that she is responding to the pressure. Pressure on, pressure on, pressure on. Yes. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Good. And try to stay in the frame, Corey. Yeah. So you can see the prong. Good. Wait a moment. Good. Pressure, pressure. Yes. Right. Good. So what we're gonna start doing here, yes, is now I want to build, break. I want to build this recall to have a default sit. Just like when we do remote work, the sit is automatic. So I'm gonna start conditioning that now that she's got a target. Pressure, yes. Good. 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 Yes. Good girl. Good. Break. Good. So the recall is, of course, come when I call you. And to put that butt down automatically. Go to the right, Corey, or to your left. There. Okay, wait a moment. And pressure, pressure. Yes. Good. Good. Yes. Good girl. Break. So we're feeding after she comes to me and puts the butt down. Before I was feeding her just for the return. Now we're being a little bit more strict. Now we're putting a little bit more work on her by having her put that butt down automatically. Pressure, pressure. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Break. We're gonna do one more. Then we're gonna start layering in the word come. Got it, girl. Good. Good, yeah. Leash. Good. Wait a moment. Wait. No, wait. Yep. Good. Got the leash from her leg there. Good. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Break. Good. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to start layering in that word just before I put in pressure. Good. Azula, come. Pressure. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Break. Good. Yes. Good girl. Careful. Watch the leash here. Good, wait a moment. Let's get ready for pressure. Azula, come, pressure, yes. Yes, good girl. Break. Good, watch your leg. Girl. Azula, come, pressure, yes. Girl. Yes. Good. Break. Good. I'm not worried if she prematurely breaks the sit with the recall, because we're just worried about, we're concerned about teaching her to come to the come command, but also put that butt down automatically. And then we start to make things more complicated. If I push her too much all at once, it's too complicated for the dog to pick up. Too many topics. Azula, come, pressure, yes. Break. Okay. Do a couple more. I don't want to jump to calling her. Go ahead and take that leash from her leg there. Without the leash right now, because if she, for whatever reason, decided not to return, there would be a delay in me reinforcing it with the leash. So I want to make sure that I can reinforce it as close as possible to the command if she decides not to come. Azula, come, pressure, yes. Where are you going? Yes. Good. Break. One more. Good. Azula, come. Pressure. Yes. Yes. The girl. Break. Good. So, that's it for the recall. This is, of course, foundational recall, just getting her used to pressure. And then in a few more days, we'll start to layer in the remote collar over all these things and transition the pressure from prong pressure to remote pressure, pairing food with everything. But here she's got good drive for the food. She's responding well to the pressure. We're taking very little pressure on the prong to get her to actually move towards me. And this is just from all the things that we've taught her and pairing it with food. It's taught her to learn that when she feels the prong pressure, it's directing her to do something, and when she moves with that pressure, it goes away. But it's also a line of communication, so we don't want her to perceive it as a bad thing. So that concludes today's lesson. I'm just a Canine Perspective. Thanks for watching.